Imagine that everything you know about history is wrong. That humans may have walked side by side with dinosaurs. That there were civilizations that left behind evidence. But that evidence has been hidden in museum basements, in secret archives, and that the truth about our past was deliberately taken from you. This isn't science fiction. This is forbidden history. And what you're about to hear in this video will change the way you see the world, because the truth isn't always where we're taught to look. In southern Peru, near the city of Ica, mysterious black stones were discovered, known as the Ica Stones. Thousands of them, engraved with scenes that baffle scientists and historians alike. Some depict humans performing brain surgery. Others show them using telescopes, flying through the air, watching the stars. But the most shocking images are those of humans riding dinosaurs, hunting them, standing side by side with creatures believed to have gone extinct millions of years before man ever walked the earth. It sounds like fantasy, but these stones exist. Some are in private collections. Others have been displayed in small museums. The most well-known defender of their authenticity was Dr. Javier Cabrera, a Peruvian physician who believed these artifacts were evidence of a lost, advanced civilization, one that existed long before official history begins. The scientific community, on the other hand, dismisses the stones as a hoax. They say local villagers carved them in modern times and sold them to tourists. But there's one problem. Some engravings show anatomical details of dinosaurs that weren't even known to the public at the time. So how could local villagers have known what even paleontologists didn't yet know? The questions keep piling up. Is it possible that humans and dinosaurs really coexisted? Are the facts being deliberately hidden because they don't fit the official story of evolution and Earth's timeline? In Glen Rose, Texas, fossilized tracks were discovered in rocks that continue to stir controversy to this day. Dinosaur footprints, and right beside them, in the same stone, human-like footprints. Yes, human. With 5 toes, an arch, proportions clearly matching a Homo sapiens. The official scientific response? Mistake, illusion, erosion, natural formation. But some independent researchers analyzed, measured, and documented these tracks, and concluded these are not random formations. These are footprints someone left in soft ground before it hardened into stone. Footprints that shouldn't exist if history is really how we've been taught. Another mystery. Across continents, around the world, there are legends of dragons. In China, dragons symbolize power, wisdom, and cosmic balance. In Europe, medieval knights battle dragons, slay them, and become heroes. In South America, there are legends of giant snakes that fly and breathe fire. In North America, indigenous tribes tell stories of thunderbirds, massive winged creatures that could lift a man into the sky. Dragons, monsters, giant flying reptiles. Every culture on Earth, independent of the others, describes similar creatures. How? If they never saw them, why do they all draw them the same? Could these be remnants of collective memory? Records of real encounters with creatures we now call dinosaurs? Look at ancient carvings, petroglyphs, statues. In Cambodia, inside the Ta Prohm temple, there's a carving that unmistakably resembles a stegosaurus. That temple was built in the 12th century. Officially, dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years earlier. So how did artists from that time know what a stegosaurus looked like? And it's not the only example. In Nigeria, sculptures have been found resembling triceratops. In the Amazon, cave drawings that look like pterodactyls. In Australia, Aboriginal rock art shows long-necked creatures with tails and teeth, similar to sauropods. Is it possible some of these dinosaurs survived in isolated regions long enough for humans to interact with them? In academic literature, these questions are usually ignored or quickly dismissed. Not enough evidence. It's artistic interpretation, confusion. But why are so many of these traces hidden? Why were certain fossils, once found, quickly removed from public view? Why is open debate not allowed? There is an entire field of study that mainstream science calls pseudo-history. In this category fall all those records, findings, stories and artifacts that don't fit the accepted picture of the world. Even though there are many of them, even though they've been discovered all over the world, they're pushed aside because they're not convenient, because they raise questions with no easy answers. But isn't that exactly what science is supposed to do? To question, to investigate, to doubt, to go further? Now imagine this. 10,000 years ago, there was a highly advanced civilization. They had knowledge, technology, the ability to map the stars, study biology, even manipulate genetics. This civilization isn't fantasy. Legends of it exist all over the world. Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu. If they had access to knowledge, we're only now beginning to rediscover. Maybe they created or modified the creatures we now call dinosaurs. Or maybe they encountered them. Maybe they tamed them, studied them, even used them in everyday life. And maybe they left behind evidence that we dismiss today because it doesn't fit into our modern worldview. Mainstream science tells us humans are 200,000 years old. Civilization is 6,000 years old. Dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago. That's the timeline. But what if it's wrong? What if archaeological layers have been misinterpreted? What if some discoveries were never properly dated? What if history, like a book, has been rewritten and edited over the centuries? Not out of ignorance, but by design. If there's even the slightest chance that humans and dinosaurs once shared the Earth, that changes everything. It changes our past. It changes our place in the universe. It changes how we see ourselves, where we come from, and where we're going. And remember, the truth isn't what you're told 100 times. The truth is what remains when all the lies collapse. If you believe there's a truth they've never told us, click like, subscribe to the Time Capsule, and turn on the bell. Because this is just the beginning. In upcoming episodes, we're digging even deeper into secrets buried for thousands of years. Secrets no one wants to uncover. But you're here because you want to know. History isn't what's written in books. History is what remains when everything else is gone.